As horrendous as World War I was, it gave birth to the greatest veterans organization that the world has ever known. Our next guest is dedicated to reminding us about the significance of what at the time was thought to be the war to end all wars. A 20-year veteran of the U.S. Army, he holds a bachelor's degree in history from the University of Rhode Island and a master's in European Studies from Cornell University. He is a member of the American Legion Post 18 in Essex, Connecticut, and our National Finance Commission. Please welcome John D. Monahan of the U.S. World War I Centennial Commission.
So, good morning, distinguished guests and Legionnaires. A little more than a century ago, 4.7 million Americans answered the call of our nation to serve in World War I, to go to a land most had never visited, to join a fight that they didn't start, and to win a peace and freedom for a people whom they did not know. It was the war that changed the world. And of course, it dramatically changed those who fought in that war. They had been imbued with a fervor for service toward achieving a public good. The doughboy spirit, you may refer to it as. They sought to harness and channel this energy, enthusiasm, and public spirit in ways that would strengthen the nation both physically and morally. To achieve this end, they created the American Legion, leaving a lasting legacy of service to community, state, and nation for their generation, and a legacy which has now endured and been entrusted to us for our safekeeping. Until recently, no memorial to the doughboys, blue jackets, devil dogs existed in our nation's capital. However, due to the generosity of the American Legion and that of other like-minded patriotic and civic organizations, as well as that of Americans throughout the country, from each corner of this country and across the land, from all walks of life as well, our World War I Memorial is now open to the public. Now we have a place to remember them. If you'll roll the video, please.
It is 5 p.m. in the very heart of our nation's capital, America's new National World War I Memorial. In this place, at this time, every day, without fail, taps will sound in perpetuity. One bugler, reviving our collective memory of 4.7 million Americans who served and the 116,516 who made the ultimate sacrifice. One moment, representing the diversity of a proud people dedicated to the cause of justice and the commitment it demands. One mission, a vow to keep faith with the American doughboy and remember all our veterans. With your help, This powerful vision will soon become a daily tradition, witnessed by the world. As we honor them, let us renew our pledge to protect our future by remembering our past.
And indeed, there is more to come. Since this past June, we have been streaming taps every evening live from the memorial. As part of, yes, it's an amazing thing. And indeed, as an aside, each night we dedicate that taps to an individual, many of whom are Legionnaires. So it's an amazing thing, and will, I think, become a special event every day in Washington. As part of the commission, as I say, is honoring individuals, including posts named after World War I veterans. The commission has also developed and deployed cell phone apps for those who visit the memorial site, which can also be used by students who have not yet had the opportunity to visit the actual memorial. If you'll please roll the video.
Introducing the World War I Memorial apps, the Virtual Explorer and the Visitor Guide for smartphones and tablets. Use augmented reality to explore the National World War I Memorial in Washington, D.C. and America's story in World War I. Drop a 50-foot tall interactive World War I timeline into a model of the memorial or while you're visiting the memorial itself. Walk around life-size virtual models of World War I airplanes, tanks, Model T ambulances, and even a Harley. World War I's impact on American society was deep. For women, African Americans, Native Americans, and all citizens. Interact with the history and the stories of World War I in innovative ways, and that's only the beginning. The World War I Memorial Visitor Guide for when you're at the memorial in D.C., and the World War I Memorial Virtual Explorer for the classroom or anywhere else in the world. They're free and easy to find. Simply search on WWI Memorial in the Android or Apple app stores.
We have partnered, we being the commission, has partnered with Verizon to distribute these materials to 30 million school children over the next few years at no cost to the students. We're putting programs on at the memorial on a regular basis. Last year, Admiral Mike Mullen joined us for the Bells of Peace ceremony at 11 a.m. on Veterans Day. This year, General Barry McCaffrey will officiate. The commission, the Doughboy Foundation, as well as the American Legion and American Legion Auxiliary commemorated National Poppy Day last May at the memorial. The U.S. Army Band, Pershing's own, has staged concerts every Thursday evening this summer. And to commemorate Juneteenth this year, the commission sponsored a performance of the 369th Experience, a recreation of the famed Harlem Hellfighters regimental band made up of African American and Hispanic students from many historically black colleges and universities around the country. More than 1 million of our countrymen have visited the memorial so far, though it is not yet complete. The memorial's centerpiece and focal point of remembrance, the sculpture, A Soldier's Journey, is in the final stages of being sculpted, cast in bronze, and assembled by sculptor Sabin Howard. It is scheduled for delivery and installation in 2024. At nearly 60 feet in length, it will become, once installed, the largest freestanding bronze relief sculpture in the Western Hemisphere. The sculpture depicts the story of a soldier's journey, his departure from home and family, his transformation from citizen to soldier, the physical and mental travails he endures as he confronts the horror of trench warfare, to the final triumph and return home, symbolically at the end of the sculpture, handing his helmet and thus the burden of the defense of democracy and freedom to his daughter, who represents the next generation. It will, I am confident, resonate with anyone who has served and will give ample impulse for solemn reflection to all who visit. The sculpture will be a magnificent example of public art, a fitting tribute to the warriors of the Great War, and will surely become a mandatory stop for any visitor to Washington. In closing, I thank you and the Legion for your support of this effort, and for the honor in particular, as a personal note, of serving as your representative on the commission. Thank you.